I'm going to share a very small story with you all to understand, not a story, a small incident to understand what our next topic is. Imagine you're going for an interview, maybe for the post of an accountant, and the interviewer questions you, asks you something about the current affairs, about the cricket match that happened 2 or 3 days back. You cannot say that it is in no way related to the job of becoming an accountant. The interviewer wants to test your knowledge on current affairs. He wants to know how good a learner you are. So it is very important to gain knowledge, and that is our next topic for discussion. Knowledge. It is very important to gain knowledge. We need to strive hard to gain knowledge. You need to be in pace with the racing world. Now what you ought to do is, you need not just know about your field, but the different fields. This was the example that I was giving you. I was talking to you about how you go for a job of an accountant and how they question you on current affairs or a recent cricket match. The interviewer wants to see how far you are a learner. A learner is a person who always looks for things. He seeks information. He wants to hone his skills. We all need to be good learners in order to be a person with knowledge. A person with a good personality is a person with wide knowledge. And how do you become a knowledgeable person? It doesn't come by birth. It all depends upon us. How you want to mingle with people, how you want to improve your knowledge. So we don't know which part of time of your life you would be tested on your knowledge, but you always need to be a keen learner, a person who seeks knowledge, who seeks information. You need to keep yourself informed always. A person of information is always being respected by people. You will have a good image if you are a person with enough knowledge. A person with good knowledge is always being respected. Imagine you are in a crowd, in a group where people are discussing, and when you have valid points, when you have knowledgeable points to speak about it, to debate about it, you would be respected in that crowd. You will create an image for you, a very good image. People with good knowledge are always being respected and sought after. Not just different fields, but various subjects. Make sure you need not be a pro in all subjects. It is not possible. But it is always good to have knowledge about everything. You need not say that this is not related to me in any way. You cannot say it's not going to help me in any way. We may not know in which way or when you would need help. So it's always good to be educated. It's always good to be, informed. Methods. How do you think you can gain knowledge? There are various methods. TV, books, internet, magazines. Okay, magazines or newspapers, okay, so they go hand in hand. So TV programs. So these days we don't sit in front of TV to acquire knowledge. We just sit in front of TV because TV is the most sought after source of entertainment. But we should understand that there are so many others. See, we always think it just gives entertainment. But there are so many channels and there are so many programs which give you knowledge. How many of us have the habit of sitting in front of the TV to watch news? How many of us watch news regularly? Not many. Sadly, many of us do not have the habit of watching news these days. We should understand that it is very important. Yes, we can use TV as a source of entertainment. I'm not standing against it. But we should understand that we should also make use of it in the right way. We should know, many of us are not even aware that the TV is giving such channels, providing such programs for the betterment of people, or at least of students. We're not aware of such things. There's so many lovely programs, educative, informative programs that are being telecasted. So we can actually gain knowledge from TV. Next comes books, the most important. Books are one's best friends. You would have heard them. It's a very famous quote. It is always there to help you. See, the basic source of knowledge is books. If you check any, great people, or people who had created a niche for them, all such people will have motivational, inspirational stories. We need to read their biographies or autobiographies to understand how they all started from the scratch. So these are all inspirations, okay? Inspirations, motivations, which will make us work hard towards our goal. So it's always good to get educated in such a way. Next comes the internet. Okay, so children these days, or most of us these days, do not know how to make proper use of the internet. It's brought the entire world in our hands. It was not like that years before. It's become a nutshell. Everything is there in your hands. At the tip of your fingers, you have everything. Whatever you want to know around the globe is there. It's made everything easy for us. But how effectively are we using it? Again, similar to TV, this is also being used as a source of entertainment. To play, to watch. Yes, you can play, you can watch videos, yes, you can do everything. But we should also understand that it can be used in an even better way, in a better manner. So internet is again it's a great source of knowledge. As I said, the entire world is in your hands, at your tips. Whatever under the universe you want to know, yes, it's there. There's nothing that is not there in the internet. So you can make good use of internet also. Magazines or newspapers. Again, a depleting habit. These days, not everybody has got this habit of reading newspapers. Number one, we lose track of current affairs. Number two, we are losing our language, communication. Now, newspapers are something which play a vital role, not just in conveying about the current affairs, but also talking to us about improving our communication. Regularly reading newspaper will give us knowledge as well as hone your communication skills. All these things will result in self-confidence, especially your books. When you hone your skills, when you become a knowledgeable person, you automatically become a person with self-confidence. And as you all know, a person with self-confidence is a person with good personality. I think that is the seed of personality we spoke in our very first session, where personality is something which is related to self-confidence. If a person is very confident, automatically a person has got a great personality. So understand that knowledge also leads to becoming a confident person. Interact with people. Many of us have difficulties in making friends with people. We have very poor interpersonal behavior. Interpersonal skills are very poor, though we might discuss about it in a different session. We need to make friends with people. We need to learn to mingle with people. We need to discuss with people. We need to debate with people, because that is how we get knowledge. Interact with people. Never underestimate anybody. You may not know from where you will from where you will get knowledge, or which person is the source of knowledge or source of whatever you want. You will not know. Never underestimate anybody. Interact with people. Keep it as an habit. Interacting with people will hone your skills. You might get to know a lot of things which you might have not even heard of before. Sharing knowledge is plays a vital role, because the more you share, the more you learn. So interacting with people is mandatory. Learn to make friends. Be a person who's compatible, who's adaptable, who's flexible in a crowd, which is very important again. Nature. Okay, nature is the best teacher. Again, well-known quote. It's vast. Nature is vast and so much of knowledge. You sit with nature, interact with nature. Nature teaches us so many things. Nature gives so much of knowledge. We need to do that. But many of us in this fast-paced world, this world which is running, we hardly have time for ourselves. Then where do we have time for nature? Sit with nature. Lose yourself with nature. That is again a very good teacher. You will become a knowledgeable person. Successful people. The successful people, how to know about them? See, if you have successful people, you can interact with them well and good. If you look back at history, you will have a lot of people who had been successful. At least you can take, for example, our ex-president, Mr. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He started his life as a newspaper seller, a hawker, when he was hardly 10 years old. Little he would have realized that he would become a president in future. So these are all successful people. When we read the biographies or autobiographies of such people, we get so motivated. You get knowledge. You will know how these people had strived hard. Maybe you will learn things. You will learn not to commit the mistakes that they had made. You will learn to better things that they had done. You might become a better, successful person. You might become another successful person. You might in future become an inspiration for somebody. So you can look for successful people, interact with them, read books of successful people. Two things lead to sorrow. One is lack of knowledge. When you don't know things, you would not be sought after. You might not have carved an image for you. You might not be respected. You might not see everybody, nobody can say, I need not be respected by people. We all look for attention. We all look for, we all want to do our best. We all want to be our best. We all want to be sought after. But lack of knowledge will only give you sorrow. You need to be a knowledgeable person. Next is dependence. Depending on people. You need to depend on people for each and everybody, for each and everything. You cannot act on your own. You will have to look forward. See, it's good. We all are interdependent. Nobody is completely independent. But imagine you have to be dependent on each and everything. You have to be dependent on somebody. It's again sorrow. We always prefer to do things on our own, right? So you need to be a knowledgeable person for that also. Mistakes. It's not a crime to commit mistakes. We cannot be error-free. We are all human beings. After all, we are all human beings. And we cannot be error-free. Mistakes are very common. Learn from your mistakes. When you learn from your mistakes, you gain knowledge. But when you learn from your mistakes, understand or tell yourself that you will not repeat those mistakes again. If you repeat your mistakes, that means you haven't learned anything. You haven't gained any knowledge. You can commit a mistake only once. The first time you can call it a mistake. The second time it's definitely not a mistake. All right? So learn from your mistakes and make sure you don't repeat them. Discussion. Discuss with people, as I already said, especially, for example, you want to become, you are about to becoming a speaker, you have great memories, don't just keep them with you. Speak with people, bring it out, give it life. Maybe if you are not able to give it life, maybe somebody else would be able to give it life. So whatever your aspirations are, your dreams are, discuss with people, but you should choose with what sort of people you are discussing them with. You might have negative people around you who might demotivate you, make you feel dejected. Don't discuss such things with such people. You should be able to differentiate. That's why I said successful people, knowledgeable people, inspirational people. Discuss with them. Talk with them. They might be able to give wings to your dream. You need to plan, work hard, have the courage, and grit. Now, all these things are very important to become a knowledgeable person. For example, if you say, I want to become a millionaire. Okay, I want to become a millionaire. I just keep repeating this mantra every day. Is that enough? Okay, I start praying for it every day. I want to become a millionaire. Is it enough? Or maybe I say, okay, I'm a very positive person. I have this positive thoughts. I always think positively. Is that enough? Definitely not. You need to plan. Plan for it. Proper planning is very important. Work for it. Nothing comes free and nothing comes easy. You have to work hard. You need to have the courage to explore things. And you need to have the grit, the determination to reach it. Unless and until you do all these things, you will not be able to become a successful person. Let me quickly take you through knowledge, another aspect of personality. You need to be a knowledgeable person in different fields and subjects, not just in your subject. It gives you a good image in a crowd. It gives you respect. It gives you importance. There are a lot of ways you can watch good programs on TV, read books, use the internet in the effective way, magazines and newspapers. Self-confidence, obviously, knowledge will lead to self-confidence. Interacting with people. Never hesitate to make friends, meet people and interact with people because you don't know from where you will get knowledge. Sit with nature. Nature is a very good teacher. It gives you again a vast knowledge because nature itself is vast. Idolize, you need not idolize, but at least you can look for, get inspired by successful people. Discuss with such successful people, not with any random person, with successful people. Discuss with them. Or read their books. Get inspired. Understand that lack of knowledge and dependence will lead to sorrow. Make mistakes. There's no harm in making mistakes. But learn from your mistakes and ensure you don't repeat your mistakes. Discuss with people, never hesitate. Discuss again with positive and talented and successful, inspirational people. Discuss everything with them. Plan, work, courage, and grit. You need to plan properly. Proper planning is very important. Working hard is also very important. You need to have the courage to pursue your dream or to gain knowledge, and you need to have the determination, the grit to do things. You need to understand that all these things go hand in hand. When you're able to do all these things successfully, when you're able to understand all these things, you become a knowledgeable person. And when you become a knowledgeable person, you are automatically a person with exceptional personality.
Pebbles Live.